Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 5th of August 2023. This day is celebrated as National Mustard Day. Also on this day, 5 August in Indian history is observed as the death anniversary of the following personalities, including the most important one, Gopinath Boradoloi. 10 June 1890, 5 August 1950 was a famous freedom fighter of India and the first Chief Minister of Assam. Starting the newspaper analysis, we start with the newspaper. The Hindu states that Haryana communal violence in the shadow of the Millennium City. Burnt vehicles at a bus terminal in Haryana on July 31st, soon after communal clashes broke out during a religious procession and sparked riots across the southern part of the state. The Hindu newspaper also states that Ukraine says its drones damaged a Russia warship, showing a Kiwi growing naval capability. In the grab taken from the video released on August 4, 2023, a drone maneuvers as it approaches the vessel, claimed to be a Russian large landing ship close to the Black Sea port of Novorossiysk. Russia had accused Ukraine of attacking its Black Sea Navy base in the port of Novorossiysk with the sea drones. The Hindu newspaper also states that trial judges failed to give reasons for the maximum punishment or to Rahul. Supreme Court says a plethora of Supreme Court judgments hold that a right to reason is an indispensable part of a sound judicial system. The Supreme Court of India on August 4, 2023, the day of the hearing of plea filed by the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, challenging Gujarat High Court's verdict refusing to stay his conviction in the defamation case over his Modi surname remark. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that India's export ban pushes global rice prices to nearly 12-year high. The year-on-year increase was even higher at 24.4% for Indica index. The rice varieties that are grown in the subcontinent that reached 135.4 points in July month. Global rice prices have soared to the near 12-year high following India's decision last month to ban export of all non-paraboloid non-basmati. The year-on-year increase was even higher at 24.4% for Indica index that touched 135.4 points in July month. Indian Express also states that common Kashmir is not bound by anyone's diktat now. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor on 4 year of Article 370 abrogation. According to Sinha, who took oath as JNMK Lieutenant Governor just about 3 years ago, the common people and the poor lost out the most. If there are over 1.8 crore tourists here, employment opportunity have increased. Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha, on Friday said that the street violence has dropped, shutdown calls by terror outfits are longer effective. Schools and colleges. Manoj Sinha took over as Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor 3 years ago. Indian Express also states that days after communal flare-up crackdown in Nuh district of Haryana state, so 200 arrests so far, houses demolished. Meanwhile, Nuh Deputy Commissioner Prashant Panwar and Superintendent of Police Varun Singhal were transferred. An official order said Singla, who was on leave when the clashes broke out, has been replaced with the Narendra Bijarania demolition drive near the Nalhar in Nuh Friday. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that enforcement drive arrests OMR scanning firm director in the Haryana PSC exam fraud case. The director of company which was entrusted to scan OMR sheets of candidates who appeared for the Haryana Public Service Commission recruitment exam has been arrested under the anti-money laundering law. The Enforcement Directorate ED said on Friday. The money laundering case stems from an FIR of the Haryana Anti-Corruption Bureau that was registered on November 17, 2021, followed by the charge sheet. Hindustan Times also states that OIC is concerned over a Gyan Vapi survey when reports are made public. Who knows? Amid the controversial scientific survey of the Kianwapi complex housing a mosque, All India Majlis Ittihad al-Muslimin AIMIM MP Asaduddin Owaisi on Saturday said that the observation of the Supreme Court regarding the Places of Worship Act in the landmark Ayodhya judgment must not be dishonored. Hindustan Times also states that waterlogging after heavy rainfall in Delhi NCR, Indian Meteorological Department predicts more showers. Top updates. Residents in the several parts of the Delhi, Noida, and Gurugram woke up to moderate rainfall on Saturday morning, bringing some respite from the sultry weather conditions in the national capital region. Commuters out during a heavy rain spell at ITO in New Delhi on Friday. Going towards the economy of the country, State Bank of India Q1 net profit zooms 178% to rupees 16,884 crore. SBI chairman says Dinesh Kumar Khara. DPDP will boost India's digital economy, NASCOM. M&M Q1 net profit surges 60% to rupees 3,508 crore. Mumbai News. Mahindra and Mahindra Limited MD and CEO Anish ED CEO Auto and Farm Sector Rajesh Jejuri Kar and Group CFO Manoj Bhatt addresses during the release of the company's Q1 financial year 2024 financial results at Mahindra Towers in Mumbai Friday, August 4, 2023. Going towards the world news, including an American billionaire says he will stop funding the think tank behind Israel's judicial overhaul as Typhoon Kanan makes a U-turn. Residents of Okinawa brace for another lashing with the wind and rain. Kremlin critic Navalny convicted of extremism and sentenced to 19 years in prison. Pakistan court pauses Imran Khan's trial over sale of state gifts. Influencer Andrew Tate released from house arrest while he awaits human trafficking and rape trial. Russian warship damaged after Ukraine attacks the Novorossiysk naval base, says a report. Going towards the science and technology, NASA restores contact with the Voyager 2 spacecraft after a mistake led to weeks of silence. NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft was back, chatting it up on Friday. Synthetic human embryos could allow for research beyond the 14-day limit, but this raises ethical questions. On June 14, 2023, development biologist Magdalena Zarnicka Goetz presented her research on creating human embryos using stem cells at the 2023 annual meeting of the International Society for Stem Cell Research, ISSCR. Chandrayaan-3 has covered about two-thirds of distance to Moon by science and technology. On August 5, Indian Space Research Organization will carry out the lunar orbit injection around 7 p.m. Cats first fingered their way into human huts and homes thousands of years ago. Here is how. Cats crowd at the harbor on Ashima Island in the Ehime Prefecture in the southern Japan, February 25, 2015. An army of the cats rules the remote island in the southern Japan, curling up in the abandoned houses or strutting about in a fishing village that is overrun with the felines outnumbering humans 6 to 1. At last, there is a famous quotation said by Rabindranath Tagore, whose birth anniversary is 7 May 1861 up to 7 August 1941, was a Bengali poet, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer, and a painter. He reshaped Bengali literature and music as well as Indian art with the contextual modernism in the late 19th century and the early 20th centuries. Author of the profoundly sensitive, fresh, and beautiful poetry of Gitanjali, he became in 1913 the first non-European and the first lyricist to win the Nobel Prize in the literature. Tagore's poetic songs were vivid as spiritual and mercurial. However, the elegant prose and magical poetry remains largely unknown outside the Bengal. He was Fellowship of the Royal Asiatic Society, referred as the Bard of Bengal. Tagore, known as the Supreme Poetess Gurudev, Kobi Guru, and Biswa Kobi. At last, he says a famous quotation. He says that the small wisdom is like a water in a glass, clear, transparent, and pure. The great wisdom is like the water in the sea, dark, mysterious, and impenetrable. Okay, thank you.